Hey there, let's talk today about problems versus solution. We could also say reaction versus response, but let's just stick to problem versus solution and I'll weave that all in there. So I had a couple of clients, two different clients, by the way, call me last week. And the first thing they said was, I got to fix this. One was obviously I have to protect my client's confidentiality. So I'm not even going to say what it was, but let's just say one was an addictive behavior that this gentleman wants to stop doing. And the other one is a woman who is in real estate who's having issues with her finances. She's between clients and, we get a little bit freaked out. So that being said, both of them at our different calls, our consecutive calls, said, I got to fix this. And I really point out, language is really important when you're a coach. And being someone that has been, trained in what I would consider advanced psychology and mindset work and energy work and hypnotherapy, I know some stuff. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying I know some stuff. I've been doing this a very long time. I've worked with a whole lot of people. So both of those people, it was on the same day, one call after the other. And with each of them, I can tell by the way that he said, I got to fix this or it's going to ruin my marriage, let alone my business, right? I got to fix this. She said, I got to do something. I don't have clients right now. Both of those, I had to stop them and catch them and say, you're having a fix-it mentality. Let's rephrase that. And I go, what do you mean? Okay, they're new clients, so they're not used to hearing me say this all the time. When we look at a problem, our focus is on the problem. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So here's the problem, and I'm focusing attention on it. And what does that do? It makes the problem get bigger, bigger. So with the gentleman with the addiction, bigger, bigger. Not enough clients, not enough, not enough. When we take a beat, get back in our bodies, feel from our heart, and then I can ask them, what would you rather have? And he said, well, I'd rather not have this addictive tendency. And I said, what does that look like? He says, sobriety, playing with my kids. What if we take our focus off of this and now let's put it on this? Okay. And I'm going to say to you what I said to both of them. Think of something right now in your life that's a problem or a challenge. Okay. And when you look at it, how does it make you feel in your body? Just look at that problem, that thing you want to fix. Feel good or bad? I'm going to bet you said bad. And then I'm going to bet you said it makes you feel constricted. Maybe shallow breathing, like, ugh. Now, let's look at the opposite of that problem, also known as the solution. Here's a solution. Let's put our attention on the solution. We're going to use him as example. So in his case, the solution is, I want to spend time with my kids. I want to feel healthy. I want my marriage to be okay. How does that make him feel? How does that make you feel when you look at the solution instead of the problem? More open, more expansive, right? So we look at this, and not only are we putting attention on it so that it can grow, but the difference in the body is everything. I have been saying this for a long time now, and I'm really hot on the trail of it now because with this new book I'm researching, I'm like, oh my God, so important. And it's, it's something I've alluded to in the last probably 7 books, but I don't think people pay attention to it because it's not the fun stuff. So I'm really making it like you need to do this in this current book. And don't let that scare you because I'm telling you, it is the missing link. If you've not been able to manifest the things that you want and you're looking at life and you're going, but I'm still having all these problems. This is why we're focusing on the problem instead of the solution. And it's not just mental. It's not just thought. People always say thoughts are things, thoughts are things. Your body is your manifesting tool. Thoughts create chemicals and chemistry that goes through your body. That's where the manifestation comes. And when we're focused over here, that's where the blockages come. Do you see that? If we're focused over here and our nervous system is all jacked up and we're constricted and contracted, there is no way we are going to be able to manifest something that requires an open, expansive energy field. It's just not going to happen. It's like I said to my coaching group this week, I think. It's like standing there, holding your fist open, saying, please give me some more. Please, mister, please. But your hand's closed. Ain't nothing going to happen. Right? I want you to think of your heart that way. I want you to think of your focus that way. So focusing on the solution is something we hear and it goes in one ear and out the other. But I want you to understand it energetically, that a solution focus opens you up. And we know the science of manifestation, the science of intention, the way it works is we see an image in our mind, and then we open ourselves up to it with elevated emotions. And that's what makes us the energetic match, if you will. That's what puts us in alignment to that thing we want to create. And some people tell me, oh, I just can't visualize. I'm not good at it. And I'm like, yes, you can. Yes, you are. What do you do when you go to the airport after you've been gone 2 days and you're parked in the lot? How do you remember what your car looks like? If I tell you right now, think of your car. What color is it? How do you know? Because you see a picture of it. A lot of the time, people think they can't visualize, but in reality, I've researched this. The statistics are 0.05% of people, not including people with brain damage or compromised thinking, maybe people with stroke and other issues, but just what I would call, I don't like to use the term normal. I think that's probably inappropriate, but people with high functioning brains. That sounds better. Only 0.05%. And there's a condition, and I forget the name of it, but this is cool, where they can't visualize an image, they have a heightened sense of smell or taste or hearing. Okay? So infinite intelligence always makes sure that we can navigate ourselves in the world somehow. We got to look at Helen Keller. How did Helen Keller, who went blind, deaf, and mute, by the time she was something like 10 months old, I believe, she's written books. She had written so many books, just brilliant philosopher. So infinite intelligence gave her a way to communicate and still to learn. So telling me you can't visualize is never going to fly with me, because we're going to find out how we can make it work for you. But the first step is being open to it. So you see the image of the thing you want, you get in your body and you feel the expansiveness and the excitement of it, and you focus on that. Problem solved. There is no problem. There is no problem. And I want you to think about this. How many of your problems would qualify, in the overall scheme of things, would qualify as problems? I want you to think of your worst problem that you've had in your life, your worst problem. And I'm going to bet you that as time went on, it was one of the best things that happened to you. Or maybe it was still a bad thing, but it helped you grow in some way that you wouldn't change. I mean, I know when we lose a loved one or something of that nature, it's really hard and it takes time. But even in such a case, I lost my mom very unexpectedly, very tragically. And there was no way it seemed like any good could come from that. And it took a long time, but it also helped me evolve and helped me grow and helped me have a greater understanding. So of course I wish she was back. I talk to her every single day. Sometimes I text her, right? But the point being that I have grown as a result of that. So we have to keep in mind that even our greatest losses and our greatest trials and tribulations somehow are here to help us grow. And besides that, when it comes to losing loved ones and pets, I don't think that we lose them forever. Maybe they're with us as little angels, but I believe that sometime we all reunite. So, that's my belief, and that's what I look forward to in life. But I'm not in any hurry to go anywhere else. The problems that we think we have are not really problems. And when we start to realize that where I think I have a problem here is really me futurizing. I'll give you an example. Let's take the person, the agent who didn't have any clients. I got to fix this. I got to do something. I don't have any clients. Okay. So is your rent paid this month? Do you have food? Well, yeah. Okay. So you're okay right this minute. I mean, just right this minute. Well, no, because are you okay right this minute? Can you get into that emotion of being okay right this minute? Just this minute. Not tomorrow, not when your bill's due, just right this minute. She takes a deep breath. Yeah. How much better does it feel to feel like that? It feels better. Okay. What state of being, I got to do something, versus I'm okay right now. Which of those states do you think is going to be more conducive to coming up with a creative solution? And of course, we already know, I tell you all the time, if you're watching this channel, I tell you all the time that you lose functionality of your prefrontal cortex when you're under stress. Cortisol's in your body, your brain is not functioning at high capacity. So that's number one. Number two, that problem is only a problem because she's making it a problem. Do you get that? Just because she doesn't have any clients right now is only a problem because she's making it a problem. I want you to think about that. She's not on fire, so it's really not a problem. What the problem is, and please hear this, the problem is the meaning she's making having no clients. The meaning she's making it mean. Her interpretation. And what's she making it mean? Oh my God, I'm going to be a bag lady. I'm not going to be able to feed myself. I'm going to get foreclosed on. I'm going to lose my home and my car. Just because she's between clients. Do you get that? Oh, look, you can see all my yoga balls behind me. I want to make sure you understand that because it's so important. So it's up to you. You can focus on the problem that most of the time isn't even a problem, or you can focus on the solution, which is always going to be much more expanded and much more conducive to put you in energetic alignment with the solution you want. Okay, I hope you found this useful. Let me know, comment below. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful day.